There are places on Earth where the map goes dark, places where governments pull a tight veil of secrecy, where nature itself has built an impenetrable fortress, and where one wrong step could mean never coming back. Today, we are not talking about haunted houses or expensive tourist traps. We are journeying to the darkest, most isolated corners of the globe to look at locations so dangerous, so mysterious, or so fiercely protected that setting foot there is strictly forbidden. Lock your doors, lower the lights, and let's explore 5 real places you are not allowed to visit. Number 5. North Sentinel Island. Nestled deep in the Bay of Bengal lies an island that looks like an absolute paradise. White sandy beaches, lush green canopies and crystal clear water. But this is one of the most dangerous places on the planet for outsiders. This is the home of the Sentinelese people, a tribe that has lived in complete aggressive isolation from the rest of the world for tens of thousands of years. They reject all modern contact, and they do it with deadly force. In 2018, an American missionary illegally hired fishermen to take him to the island, hoping to make contact. He was killed by a volley of arrows almost immediately upon reaching the shore. The Indian government has since created a strict 3-mile exclusion zone around the island, making it a severe criminal offence to even approach. The ban isn't just to protect outsiders from the tribe's arrows, it's to protect the tribe from us. With zero immunity to modern pathogens, a simple common cold could wipe out their entire civilization in a matter of weeks. They want to be left alone, and the world has finally agreed to let them be. Number 4. Ilha de Queimada Grande. Roughly 90 miles off the coast of São Paulo, Brazil, sits an island that looks completely unremarkable from a distance, but locals know it by a much more terrifying name: Snake Island. You are not allowed to visit this island, and frankly, you wouldn't want to. It is the only home on Earth to the golden lancehead viper, one of the most venomous snakes in existence. Its venom is so incredibly potent that it literally melts human flesh around the bite, causing kidney failure, brain hemorrhaging, and death within an hour. And there isn't just 1 or 2 snakes here. Researchers estimate there is up to 1 deadly viper for every square meter of the island. Legend says the last lighthouse keeper, along with his wife and 3 children, were killed when hundreds of snakes slithered through their windows in the middle of the night. Today, the Brazilian Navy strictly forbids anyone from stepping foot on the island except for a handful of heavily protected scientists who are allowed to visit once a year to check the lighthouse. Number 3. Poveglia Island. Just a few miles from the romantic canals of Venice, Italy, lies a small piece of land with a history so dark the Italian government has permanently banned public access. Poveglia is widely considered the most haunted place on Earth. During the bubonic plague outbreaks, this island was used as a quarantine zone. Thousands of infected people were dragged here to die away from the city. The dead and the dying were burned in massive pyres. It is said that the soil of the island is 50% human ash. But the nightmare didn't end there. In the 1920s, a mental asylum was built on the island. Rumors state that a cruel doctor performed horrific experiments on the patients before eventually going mad himself and throwing himself from the island's bell tower. Today, the island is completely abandoned. The soil is toxic, the buildings are collapsing, and locals refuse to even sail their boats too close, claiming you can still hear the screams echoing across the water at night. Number 2. the Lascaux caves. In 1940, four teenagers, searching for their dog in the French countryside, stumbled upon a hole in the ground. When they climbed down, they discovered something that changed human history. A massive cave system covered in perfectly preserved, breathtaking paintings of animals created by ancient humans over 17,000 years ago. For a time, the caves were open to the public, drawing thousands of eager tourists every day. But human presence proved to be toxic. The heat, humidity, and carbon dioxide from the breath of visitors, along with artificial lighting, began to spawn a deadly black mold that was rapidly eating away at the priceless ancient art. To save the paintings from vanishing forever, the French government made a drastic decision. In 1963, the caves were permanently sealed shut. Today, it is one of the most restricted sites in Europe. Only a handful of security guards and specialized scientists are allowed inside for just a few minutes at a time, wearing full hazmat suits. The majestic art of our ancestors is locked away in the dark, never to be seen by human eyes again. Number 1. The tomb of Qin Shi Huang. In 1974, farmers digging a well in central China unearthed one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of all time: the Terracotta Army. Thousands of life-sized clay soldiers, horses and chariots, built to protect the first emperor of China in the afterlife. But here is the most terrifying part. The army is just the perimeter. The actual tomb of the emperor, buried deep beneath a massive hill, has never been opened, and the Chinese government refuses to let anyone dig it up. It is strictly forbidden. According to ancient texts written a century after the emperor's death, the underground palace is rigged with deadly booby traps to kill intruders. But more frighteningly, the texts claim the tomb contains rivers and oceans of liquid mercury, designed to flow mechanically. For decades, scientists thought this was just a myth, but modern soil tests near the tomb have revealed dangerously high, unnatural levels of mercury contamination. To open the tomb would not only destroy the fragile artifacts inside, but could unleash a toxic disaster, and so the first emperor rests in the dark, surrounded by his deadly rivers, completely untouched for over 2,000 years. The world is full of places that remind us we are not the masters of everything. Whether guarded by ancient traps, deadly creatures, or the dark secrets of history, some doors are simply meant to stay closed. Which of these forbidden places terrifies you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed venturing into the unknown with us, hit that like button, subscribe for more mysteries, and remember, stay curious, but stay safe.